Alrighty. Let's see. Everything looks good. Everything looks good. Let me remove all this other stuff from here. I don't need you. And they were golden. Is my mic working? Yes, it looks like it is working. Let me know if it's not, I guess. Alright guys, welcome back to another stream here. Or if you're watching this in the future when it gets uploaded, welcome to another video here. I apologize for not getting on Wednesday and yesterday. Wednesday I had a huge headache when I woke up and I just didn't want to do anything. Like a massive headache. I didn't want to do nothing that day. And yesterday I ended up changing my internet provider, so I didn't have internet in the morning. So then that's where it is. But today we're good, so that's why I'm gonna be streaming here today. Let me get some work done here. Get some work done. Cat Hugger, welcome to the stream. Good morning. Good morning. Just let me make sure that I have everything set up in here. I think I have everything set up. Cool. Yeah, good morning. Good morning. How are you doing, Cat Hugger? How are you doing? Alright, so let's begin. So the past couple of streams we were working on just bug hunting and just fixing bugs, and I think I got it in a pretty okay place. We've majority fixed the most known bugs that we were seeing. There's still some bugs in here, but I'm not too worried about it right now. But we have dealt with some of the bugs we have seen so far. So my goal today is to start working with AI, because I haven't really touched AI in this game just yet. Or as you can see, if all my streams, or even if you watch my devlogs here on YouTube, I rarely see any AI here, and that's because I haven't really worked on it that much besides just the simple slime. But I would like to get a little bit more and just starting laying out how the AI is going to be acting in this game. And I'll be using the slime for now, just for testing purposes. So I'll be using the little slime to be able to do stuff with it. And we're going to be using Limbo AI, as you've seen in the previous, either in devlogs or in the previous streams. And I already kind of have an enemy basic, but I don't like this one. And the reason why I don't like this version, the way I laid it out, this on Limbo, this behavior tree for this basic enemy, is that if you were to change the state, it doesn't automatically change it. What it's doing, it has to finish its current task and current sequence or whatever before it ends up changing. And I kind of looked into it, and I believe what I have to use is either the dynamic sequence or dynamic selector. And I believe that's what I need to do, because I've done this behavior tree in Unreal, and it does it already for you automatically. You just have to set, when you click on the behavior tree, you're able to set what you want it to do with it, if you want to automatically update the tree when some value changes or not. But this one I didn't know at first, but I believe this is what I wanted to do. So it says it executes its child tasks sequentially from first to last for as long as they run success. Unlike BT sequence, it will execute from the beginning every tick, reevaluating their statuses. But this basically, I feel like it's the major thing that I need to do, because it reevaluates. It's quite useful when you want to recheck conditions preceding a long-running action during each tick, and abort the running action when the condition results in failure. Yeah, that's exactly what I want to do. So we're going to be updating the behavior tree for the, I guess we could work for like the melee. I think it'll be a good start. And we'll do with the slime. Slime basically does melee when he can be jumping towards you and attack you. So I think that's a good starter that I would like to do. So let's get started. So let's create a new behavior tree. And instead of using this selector, we can update it and change it to dynamic selector. I'm gonna remove that, and I would like to use a dynamic selector. Dynamic selector. Okay. Can I see my blackboard in here? Okay, so we have to go to manage. So this is the variables that I have for my blackboard. We're checking to see if we're moving. We have state. We get the patrol pause, which is just the patrolling position. The target, if you're following or patrolling or pursuing anybody. The last known position. This is mostly going to be useful when it comes to investigating state. So when this will be the last position that it saw the player at. And then a waypoint. I forgot what the waypoint's for. Don't remember what the waypoint's for, but it's there. But anyways, yeah, there we go. So now we have, it's gonna be similar to what this has. So we can start from there. So we can select the Alright, so we're gonna be patrolling for melee. I think melee needs a patrol. I think majority of everything needs patrolling. I'm wondering if we can change behavior trees and if that will resolve any hiccups if I were to change it. I haven't really dealt with Limbo AI or just any other stuff in Godot. This is my first time touching it, if I haven't said it. So we'll learn as we go. Well, learning as we go. All right, so let's go to this one. You're gonna come in here, and what I want is to have a sequence, which this sequence I would like to rename it, and we can name it patrolling or patrol. And we can check the variable, and we can be checking to see if I forgot. Ooh. Does this one not have blackboard? Because if I were to go in here, then this opens my blackboard. So why doesn't it open my blackboard for the other one? Do I need to set it somewhere? So I need to set it somewhere. Yeah, we're working on that. It doesn't say that I can. Or just each one have its own blackboard. You can't share the same blackboard? Give me a second to figure this out right now. Does each behavior tree have its own blackboard? Blackboard's there, but how do you set the one that I want? Alright, we go manage. No? Does it really have its own blackboard? That's just very interesting. That behavior tree. But this one has to manage on the blackboard here. I guess I gotta save this then? Should I save it? Wait, hold on. I'm confused why this one doesn't have... Oh, I see. I see. You can click on this one too. That's weird. So you got a tab here, and you can click on this little icon to actually show the blackboard. That's actually really, pretty interesting. Okay. I was like, why does this one look different? But it's because of that. So I'm able to set blackboard, but because I never saved the previous blackboard, which I'm probably going to be doing. So let's save that. Oh, it doesn't belong here? Well, I'll make it unique then. I don't even know if I already have one saved, but let's save it. Let's go to AI. And we can see the blackboard here. Blackboard plan. And we can save it as... No, I just name it enemy for now, or AI. Yeah, let's do... I want to see if this can be used somewhere else. Hold on. Enemy AI. Let's do AI. Let's make it more general. We'll see what happens. We'll save it here. So we got that blackboard plan, and I believe I can use it here as well if I load it. If I go to AI, we got a blackboard tree. There we go. There we go. So we come in here, we're gonna check the states. The only thing that I do not like about the state is that it's gonna be a string. I wish it was like an enum that I can set. But it is what it is, I guess. Okay, so I want to select this one. So how do I just copy that then? We'll do states. Okay, the new blackboard variant, and in here we can set the state, which is the string name. And we can say if it's patrol. Right? So if I go here, patrol, okay. So we can do patrol, and in here, it's gonna go to the selector. It's gonna go check all its children, and this sequence is gonna go in here and check to see if this state is patrol, and if it is, we're gonna be patrolling around, right? Let's see if we have anything to move in here. You got some movement. We got a couple of things here. We got move to target, move. Okay, so if I want to move, it goes to patrol pause, which is, I guess, yeah, that's what I would like it to do. We got a tolerance of how close the distance it needs to be into this patrol pause. You can actually go into this move function, which has some, it has some coding here already. So when it enters, it's going to check for target. If I want to check for target while it's moving. So if it sees anybody while it's in the move to that patrol position, it's going to be updating its state and saying that it's failure. And reduce delta. If patrol set has not been set, we grab the move to pause from here, and we move the agent to that position. Set it to true, and timer's 5. And because this is true now, it's going to evaluate and say, hey, if at any point I'm not navigating anymore using the pathfinding, then I actually move it manually myself to that location. And then once it reaches its destination, it succeeds. Okay. How does it go that far? I just want to go on Blackboard. Okay. I think 16 is a little bit too much. We can go... Let's go with 4. I do want to check for target at any time that it's moving. Fail after seeing target. Am I using this at all? Oh, I see. Yeah, I guess I wanted to fail. And it's gonna check to see, so if it sees a target, I also need to be in range as well. Let me see if I think I'll pass it into this function and tells me I'm within range. Okay. So if I'm here and it's in range of 2 tiles away, or 2 tile radius away from my character. There's 2 tiles. Yeah, I think 2 tiles away is pretty decent. So I move. You know, let's try it out. Let's test this bad boy out. I would like to save this. We can name it version 2. Or I just call it enemy melee, I guess. Because this is going to be the basic tree for these guys. So let's go to the slime. Let's change the blackboard to be able to be this new one. Or the behavior tree, I should say. So let's load it in. Let's find those trees. And let's go to the melee, which is great. Set it to the slime. One thing I would like to do in here is there any reason why I cannot use ready? I think we'll override everything else after, right? I would like to avoid using the spawner if I can. Let's see if it works. Save function, ready, and get super ready. Can I do that? Does that work? It hasn't been fine. Great. All right, we'll leave it as this then. I'll have this here. It has been attacked. I don't think I saw that in the blackboard, did I? Did I ever save that? Let's add it. It's weird. Yeah, I used that for the hog in the other stream. So we'll save it there for now. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so we got this blackboard. And I can immediately set it to true when it's ready. and see how it goes. I'm not going to be using the spawner. Maybe they'll make it a little easier for testing purposes. So I'll disable the other spawner because I don't need it right now. And see if I can spawn my slime. Let's go to my slimes, NPCs. We got a slime. We'll put them there. Just change its location. Let's put them here for now. I did not mean to move you. I guess I will leave them there then. Let's see if it moves. What version am I using? Like in Godot? I'm using 4.4 right now. Alright, so it's not moving as I thought it would, but I'm pretty sure it has to do maybe if I'm not calling the... Not day and cycle that I'm looking into. It should be Y sorts. I got a slime here. Is it active? Yeah, it is active. So isn't it going? Oh, maybe because I'm not setting its patrol position. I think that's a problem. Yeah, I'm not setting its patrol position. Let me see if it's actually updating at all before I turn it off. So let's go to the debugger. We got Limbo AI over here. And let's see if I can find it. Y-sort containers right here. Yeah. Oh, one is not in patrol, by the way. So that's a problem. We gotta set it to patrol. Alright, let's update it. Alright, well, let's fix this tree. We gotta update its patrol position. We do have a node for that. Can I make this bigger, please? Make this smaller. Alright, so we got one is select a random nearby position. I'll select this. We'll move it first at the top. And we want to select a random position, which will set it to the patrol pause. And we want to set it, let's say 16 to 32 for now. Right, we set it to patrol pause and then we move them. So that's one. Second is that the state is not in patrol right now. So let's go to the script real quick. And let's go to the agent. And in here, we should have a function to actually change the state. Here we go, change state. So instead of doing this, we'll just change the state here. And we'll set it to patrol. So this is just for debugging purposes that I have in here. And let's test it out again. And it crashed on me. Great. What did it crash on? Is there something easy that I can find out what it's about? Something deferred, animation tree, move to path. Is it because I'm overwriting the ready? I think that's the problem that I have right now. I am overwriting ready. So guess putting it on already is not the right place to put it in. Let's find out where my NPCs are at. These are states, any factories, we got nodes. NPCs, so we got an agent. And agent has its own ready. And the reason why this is gonna break is that it doesn't call this function if the GD script version of agent is already overriding that function. So it ignores what I'm doing, and that's why I didn't want to overwrite the ready. The problem is I don't think it even initializes the path. Yeah, I'm gonna need the... Alright, let's just make it easier on ourselves here today. Let's go back to here. I'll remove my slime and just let the spawner do it for me, I guess. Ay. I can't move it? Come on, no. Oh, it goes to day and night cycle. Interesting. Alright. So we'll just spawn one guy. Spawn delay. I just want to spawn it right away, please. And then we'll move you to be a little closer to me. And since I can't drag you, this kind of sucks, so I'll have to do this for now. Alright, so we'll spawn them there for now. And let's start it. And if I go up, ooh, it's a hog. Did we end up changing it to the hog? I think we did. Not what I wanted to do. Let's go into my C++ class. I remember we ended up updating it to the hog last time, so agent spawner, agent factory. Yeah, it's right here. So let's... I need to pass in a value in here and just say, hey, which one did I want to spawn? So we'll leave it like that, build it. All right, let's done building. And let's run it. All right, so we got a slime. Let's go. All right, so you can see that it's moving. Let's go into this debugger. Limbo AI, I believe was the last one, all the way down here, I think. Or yeah, it's this one here. We can see that it's doing this thing, patrolling, and automatically going over there. So it just keeps changing and changing and changing, right? So one thing we can do, so we go to Limbo AI, let's go to patrol, and let's add some randomness in here. We got a probability, right? Let's move it on top. So here we can have a probability of making my character weights. I also want to make sure, well, I should. No, I'll be safe and make sure that it's not moving anymore. No, I want it to be still being here, but Oh yeah. But you can have more than one children in probabilities? Oh, there it is. What's so weird? Alright, so we want to make sure it's not moving anymore. We wait a second and then do the rest again. So let's see what happens in this here. Maybe we should do like more of a random wait. Let's check the debugger again. Let's go scroll all the way to the bottom. So it's not going to attack me at all because it doesn't have the logic to do it. Has a 50% chance to actually wait. Maybe I can increase it a little bit more. I mean, I am waiting 1 second though, so it's not like it's a lot of seconds, you know. And it's hidden. Where are you, bad boy? Over here. Yeah, it's not doing it that much, but it is 50%, so it's not always doing it. I can actually update the interval. What does that do? Alright, well, let's try to increase it then. If nothing's not doing, let's do a 75% chance of it stopping. Let's do a random wait instead. Probably make it a little bit more randomish. If we were to make it wait, like, you know, 5 seconds, you know, 1 to 5 seconds, the wait time. Oh wait, there's a issue with probability. Hold on. Maybe that's why it wasn't triggering. What does it say? Decorators should have a single shout tags. Ooh. Well, in that case, then we can make it so it is a sequence then. We'll have it so it stops, and we do that. There we go. Let's try and check it out. Let's go to debugger, let's go enemy AI, and let's see what it's doing. Alright, so we're waiting now. Let's go. And then it moves. That's cool. Alright. I think that's pretty good when it comes to patrolling. The problem that comes with this though, that it could go indefinitely in any direction because it doesn't have any like boundaries where I wanted to make sure that this line needs to be around this area. So I'm gonna need to change it so it uses a different select random pause and use something else. So that at least it's nearby this area we're responding. That's the next step right now. Right, so let's get that in here. So we got that probability in a good place for right now. I do have a node. Select random nearby pause from node, I think. And for this one, the patrol pause is where it sets it at, right? Yeah. Okay. Okie dokie. So let's go here. We go back to patrol. We use this one. This one uses a note, or let's see. So it gets a blackboard for that node. If it's null, it returns false. So it has to have a node, otherwise it fails. And it keeps checking a random position right here. And I don't think a while loop is actually a good idea, because that can freeze the entire thing. So we probably would like to we may want to add like a breaking count here, but at least it's able to break away from here. We'll see how it works, but we need a node. And what kind of node can we use for that? Another thing, it could either be for node, or I can use the starting position of where it spawned at. So I need to find a way to set that position. Hold on, let me see here. We got target. You know, it could have been, no, waypoint's not. The only object here is the target, but I don't want it to be around me. I want it to be around somebody else. Let's check the spawning logic of this. So when it spawns it initializes my character, which then calls initialize path, which is basically what I wanted to do. But it doesn't do anything besides that. If I go to agent, which is what this is using, it doesn't look like there's anything special around here. Okay. So let's go into, let me see the agent spawner. So it spawns this character. It calls reset. Reset resets its health. And then we set it to a patrol state if we have one. When we spawned it, select. And the ID is empty. What is this ID used for? Oh, it sets the ID of it. Okay. I'm not using it right now, which is fine. Yeah, but there's nothing else that sets it. Hey, like, hey, this is the starting position, or that's some type of logic for it. I think what we can do is we can set the target to be the agent spawner. Yeah. I think that's what I would like to do. Either I set that, or I set an initial position, which I mentioned earlier. But I'll have to create a new node, or update the other tree node to handle the position. What direction do I want to go in? Let me check GD script real quick. What direction do I want to go in? I mean, it'll be easier to set the target, but I feel like that's going to cause issues in the future. Oh, well, I'll just set it in here then for now. So I'm just gonna put it here and say func set target, and it's gonna pass in the target node. We'll set that blackboard tree here. We'll set the target. Oops, what happened here? We'll set the target to be this target node here. I should probably be safe and make sure that there is a blackboard in here. Same thing for the top one. Let's see what happens. We'll call it in agent spawner when it spawned it. Agent character. I wonder if this is gonna crash something else. Hold on. Agent spawner. That should be okay, I think. We'll call deferred. We'll set the target, and we'll set this. Because this is the agent spawner, right? So this is the spawner, so the node will be this. So let's build that. And let's see if we can use that. Alrighty. Okay. So let's go back to the Limbo AI logic. So we should be able to use the target node then. Right? And we'll use that as the patrol pause that we can set it to. And let's say we can go in a range of, let's do 16 and 32. And let's see how that looks like. We'll move it on top and delete this one. Let's see how it does. The question here though, there's still going to be an issue, which is why I didn't want to use the target, is that if when it comes to pursuing, I'm going to be using this target, and then when it loses that target, I need to set it back. So I may end up using a new variable for it, for the starting position. Well, I'll make it work first and let's see how it looks like right now. But it's just a thought right now that I'm thinking. Alright. Let's go with it. Hopefully it's working. It's just chilling right now. Did that make it not working anymore? No, it's waiting. I think I messed it up. It's feigning to go to that location. It does it so quickly that I can't see what's going on. It failed on going on this one here, by the way. And let's see. Why are you failing? The only way it fails is if I'm checking here. Yeah, it's checking for target val, and if I did, yeah. So it's trying to change. Like, hey, I found my target. Yeah, so you know what? We'll just change it to a different one. What I can do instead. Hold on. Let's see what let's go to Limbo AI. change the blackboard. Let's add a new variable. And it's just gonna call it starting position. I'll make it easier. Starting position. It's gonna be a vector 2. Right. Let's see. Let's set that position. Question, do I guess I can set it in here. That's fine. Oh wait, that's not the function though. We can do I want to set it here or do I want to set it elsewhere? You know, we have a agent here. We'll call it in a ready. So once it's ready, we'll call deferred, and we can pass it into the GD script, and it's just gonna call set starting position, or just start position. And we're gonna use the current position. Even though I can just access this position in the GD script too, but we'll just do that in case I want to change it somewhere else later. So save that, save this, we'll build it. Okay, so let's build. And let's go into the script. Full agent starter. And we'll set the starting position here. This is going to be position. And it's going to be a vector 2. I believe I just called it starting position, right? Starting position, yes. Okay. Cool. Let's go to Limbo AI. We'll change this. So the target is this. We're gonna go in here. But instead of fading right away, if it's not valid, we can check to see maybe it's a vector instead. Var. Excuse me. I may want to set the starting position outside. Hold on, let me see how is it done. How is it done in here? It uses this node and it uses the global position there. Okay, got it. So let's create a vector 2 or a var and set just gonna call it target position, or yeah, we'll just name it target position for now. Vector 2. We'll just do that. And then we can get the blackboard, get var. I'm just gonna be node var. Alright, so the question here, I gotta know if there's if this errors out, and there is something that we can check to see if it's working. Hold on. I just don't remember. If a vector is not exists, it sets it to a certain value that we can check to see if it's valid or not. I don't remember the name of that value though, so I'm trying to remember it. I know I used it before. I just don't remember. Check for target, guess the patrol position. Yeah, we move to target. I remember using it before. Pursue. I'm trying to find that out where it's. Boom, 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 boom. And this is where we were at earlier. I remember there being a value of it, and we can check to see if it's valid or not. I feel like I'm tripping now. Number AI. You get performing checks. I feel like it was in C++ though. I guess we'll just leave it as is then. I just wish there was a way to tell if it's Oh, let's look it up real quick. I know there's a value for it. Drowned Donkey. And welcome to the stream, buddy. Limbo, let me see, Godot, Limbo. AI, invalid vector to Blackboard, get var. So what are you making? I'm working on AI right now. So using Limbo AI, I can show you what it does right now, I think. Wait, hold on, let me see. I'll probably have to disable this. Let me revert it to what it was before so I can see what I'm doing. We had this at 1632. And let's change that to patrol pause. Delete this. And let's show you what I have. This is a test scene that I'm working on right now, so this is not the actual way this is going to be looking. So I'm working on this little slime over here, trying to get this logic working in a good place. We're working on the patrolling state right now. So it's working like it should. The one I want to do right now is that the current logic as it is right now, it can patrol anywhere at any time and at any place. And what I wanted to do is to be able to patrol, but within a certain range of where it started at. So that's what I'm working on right now. Can I revert what I was doing? Yes, I can. Yeah, so leave that down. Delete this. So I want to use this starting position to be able to make sure that this slime is always around this area. No, footprints are very cute. I think it's just doing it too much. I may have to lower the amount of footprints that it does. So maybe it doesn't always do it. But I'm leaving it as it is for right now. But right now what I'd like to do is that I need to find a way and checking to see if there is a valid vector here. If it's not valid, I want this node to return off that it failed. And I know there's a global variable out there that we can use. I mean, we can just set it to a certain huge value and just say if this huge value equals this, then it's failed. Invalid get indexed with. But I don't think that's gonna work though. You should always return a vector 2 regardless. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work out. It's always gonna get the starting position at whatever it's at. So it should never return failure anymore. So I'm gonna have to assume that if it's not a node, then it returned and we check to see the starting position. But it doesn't make sense for this. Then we check in to see if it's a vector 2 instead. Cool. Now we do an else here. And we set the target to be a node. Global position. So we'll set it to this in here. And then update this vector to use it down here. Okay, so we'll set it to that. And it should work now. Because we set the variable to be starting position, patrol pause there. Let's check it. Let's check it out real quick. So I'm refactoring some of my code and it's broken now, which is so yeah, it can be frustrating, man. I agree. But it's always good right before you refactor stuff to always commit your stuff. And if it breaks or whatever, you can then check your commits and see if there's any issues or what happened. And if you can't find it, you can always revert it back. But yeah, I agree though. It happens all the time. Alright, so you broke on me, I think. Yeah. Did it break on? Yes, I did. Trying to assign a value of vector 2 to. Well, yeah. That's what I wanted. It should be null if it doesn't find it. Trying to assign a value of type. Wait a minute. Why is it saying trying to assign a value of type vector 2 to a variable type node 2D? Yeah, but shouldn't it fail though if it doesn't find it? Why does it have to break? Why does it have to break? I mean, I see the problem. I just don't know why it needs to break though. This should have returned null if it can't convert this. Is there a try catching here? So the thing is, I was trying to improve work now, which is great, but now it no longer wants to shoot at the enemies, but it does detect them. Interesting. It works now, which is great, but now it no longer wants to shoot at the enemies, but still detects them. Yeah, that's definitely an issue. I don't know, if you commit your stuff and then you'll be able to check the previous commits and see there's what happened there, why it's no longer working. Okay. If a variable doesn't exist. Trying to see if there's any function that says like grab the bar, and if it doesn't like convert it, change it to it just returns no or something. Like, crazy. Unless I create two different variables in here, one for the node and one for position instead. I think that's what I need to do. There's some funky position stuff. I think for the raycast, it's doing because I changed how some stuff is spawned, but I'm making some progress at least. Well, that's good. What kind of game are you working on, Drown? Sounds like a shooter. Yeah, I think the easiest thing that I would like to do here then, I guess, will be to just create another variable in here for vector or nearby pause var. That's probably what I'm gonna call it. And then use that for the one down here. I think that's what I need to do in here. So let's change that. We'll use, oops. We'll use the starting pause for that. And for this one, I guess I can just use target, I guess, but I'm not using it. Hopefully it doesn't cry on me. Alright, let's try this again. Is it a tower defense actually? Ooh, that's super cool. I love tower defense games. It's 3D, but gonna switch it to like 2D top down during the wave. Got it. That's sweet. That's awesome. So right now I'm working on getting the MetaQuest headset, and I would love to be able to do like a tower defense when you're actually in the headset and you're looking around your room, and be able to do a tower defense around my room. And that'll be pretty sweet. I saw a video of that and I was like, ooh, I want to do that. And I want to see if I can do it myself. So I'm working on getting a MetaQuest headset. Where does this guy go? Yeah, that sounds very fun. That's why I want to get a MetaQuest headset and be able to do that. I don't know if I want to. I may end up streaming that while I'm working on that tower defense. I may end up streaming that or making videos on it, on like devlogs. Where did my guy go? He just jumped off to a different existence. Oh, he's over here now. All right. Why are you all the way over here? Why is this slime all the way over here? Check this stats right now. Let's go here. I don't remember being able to go inside of its state right now. Let me see. Let's go to the remote. Yeah, you'll be down to watch it. Sweet. Yeah, I gotta figure out how my layout's gonna work because I never done how does it's a VR headset? AR? Is it's in real life or mixed reality AR? And how's that gonna work when me displaying it on the monitor for you guys to see what I'm seeing? So I'm gonna have to look at how that works, and if I can get a good setup with that, then I'll definitely do some streams for that. Pretty sure the monitor or whatever engine I'm using is able to show what I'm looking at in the engine itself, and I can use that to show it to you guys so you guys can see what I'm seeing. So we'll see when I get it. I'm working on getting one soon. All right, so I want to see if I'm able to find, because I want to know what that starting position is. Maybe I set it too early. I might be setting it too early for that guy. Let's go and find slime over here. Where's the slime? Where's the slime located? Okay, environments. If I go to environments, I should be able to find my slime here. Be able to go to his BT player. Am I able to find the stats for this guy? No, it doesn't show. It's kind of lame. It'd be cool to be able to see the stats in here. See what is the current target, the waypoint, the starting position. Well, that's kind of lame, but it doesn't do it. So let's assume that it is at 0-0. Where's 0-0 located in my actual scene at? So let's pause it for right now. My players here. Yeah. It's all the way over here, so it's not setting it correctly, or it should be able to set it correctly. So this is 0-0. I mean, it looked like it. I mean, technically it is working because it's going around 0-0, but it's not setting the actual value position that I want it to be at. Let's check. Let's check my code real quick again. I either may be setting it too early. I might be setting it too early. You know, I'll leave it here when it's ready. And in the code itself, on the agent, I mean GD script, on the agent itself, be able to set it after it initializes the path. So I'm doing some stuff already in here. We can set the start position to be the current global position. Let's see if this ends up working. Alright, so it spawned on top. Let's see, either goes to 0, 0 or stays on top. Because it spawned around here. It should stay around this area here. It looks like it is working. Sweet. Let's look at the Limbo AI for that. Cool. Yeah, it looks like it's working like I wanted to. Awesome. So now let's work on the next stage, which is detecting the player. So go back to Limbo. We got question. I need a way to determine if I can see the player, and I think I have a value for it here. Well, I'm trying to think how I want to set this up right now. So I have this, which sees if I can see the target within range. By going here, it returns success if I can see it. Let's see, how do I want to set this up? Should it be like a parallel kind of thingy here then? Hold on, let me see what the parallel does right now. I know I've used it in the past, but I'm still, yeah, I don't really, it's kind of dumb all this. I just want a node that runs both at the same time. But that's not going to work out. I need a check. What I can do is maybe in patrol, right above the check here, we see if we can see the target. Can we, and set the var. Are gonna be as children of this? Not possible. Actions can have shadows. Variable should be assigned. Okay. Maybe I can have another sequence in here. Add another sequence. That's gonna be run on top. Let's put it in here. If we can see the target, then we change the variable. Let's change it to state to be patrol. And it should be a string name and change it to pursuing. Is it pursue? I'm gonna name it pursue for now. Okay. So if it sees a target, oh, but another thing, I gotta make sure it's within range. So if I see it, is it within range? Do I have something like that already? This target or something within range? Or does this do it already? Oh, there we go. It's within range here. Yeah, let's do 32 for now. If it's 2 tiles away and I see the target, then we'll change it to pursue. This should fail. They come back out top. And then we can create another sequencing here, which is going to be the pursue. And let's put a log in here, just making sure it actually is even going in here. Is there a log function here? Oh, my console prints. Pursue. And let's make them wait just whatever, so it's not always like printing like crazy. Okay, so let's see if it's actually working. Let's run it. Alright, so it's already seeing me. That's actually pretty... Hey, hold on, let's check its why is it seeing me from this far away already? So this fell... Oh, he's fading here. Oh, wait. Okay, this is always going in here, so that's the problem that I'm seeing here. Oh no, it is going to pursue. But I mean, the question is, why did it see me from this far away? I'm not even that nearby it. That little dude. I'm way more than 2 tiles away from you. Let's look at that logic right now. So put to the target, and if I'm within range, why did it? Oh. Yeah, so this value is true, which I believe was set to true, right? Yeah. So this is true. It's the return success. Otherwise returns failure. Wait, but who sets a target? Shouldn't that return failure at all times? Let's go back to Limbo AI. If I can see the target. Let's go to script and let's figure out who sets this target. Because I don't have one right at the beginning. Know what we can do? Hold on, let's go back to limbo. I think there's something else I need to use. We'll use this one here. What this does is that it's going to find the group, find the nodes in group, and I'm gonna call it player, I believe. What I want to do, let me see. I'll get nodes in group. I want to find a player, and if size is 0, returns that. Otherwise, sets the blackboard tree target to that value. I think that's what I need to do. But it's still weirded out that it still returned true even though there's nothing in there. I'm not setting it anywhere for target, right? This is the agent. There's just something here called target. Oh, there's nothing here. What about an agent spawner? Nope, there's nothing here either. And what about an agent in here? Anything that sets target, I should say. There's 6 matches, but yeah, nothing sets that target to anything. So we weirded out that that still worked. All right, anyway, so go to Limbo AI, finds the player, and sets it to the target if it finds one, and then we'll be able to find that target, which is my player. So seems like it's correct. Will it work? Find out. I went to pursue right away. Yeah, interesting. I'd love to print out what is. Can we print out the current state or something? Or a variable? Since we can't even check. You know what? Let's do it in the change state. Hold on. Let's go back. Not change state. I mean the can't see target. And let's see what is the value of it. So let's print it out here. If it succeeded, I want to know why. So let's print it. Let's print it out. Actually, I like printing error. This way I can see it better. So we'll print out the target. And let's print out the agent in global position. And let's print out the target global position. All right, let's see what's up. Oh, he just goes to pursue right away. Wait, can I Let me check my console. Did I see anything? Nope, there's nothing here. Weird. What weirdness is it going? Let's go to debugger. They failed on this. They fails on the entire thing. Oh, okay. So it's failing on this. Or it just fails on the entire thing. And it doesn't continue forward from here. Okay. So the logic there is wrong. Actually, another thing I should do here is making sure that the state is in patrol. So that kind of threw me off right there. Pursue. Let's make sure we're in pursue to be able to then print out that console log. So if this fails, it fails the entire thing rather than going on to the next part. You know what we can do is it can change this to not be a sequence and make it another selector so that it can either select this and make these other ones a sequence. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna have to do here. Okay, so let's make the other one selector then. I'm wondering if I should be doing the dynamic selector for everything, or is it just okay for the main one to have it? That is a good question. So we have a selector here, we'll have that there. We'll have that there. Actually, I'm gonna have to have another sequence in here. Let's create another sequence. And that's gonna be in here. The probability running 75. Just move over all this stuff over here. Alright, so we don't have this anymore. We'll rename this to patrol. So we have a sequence here where it's always going to check for player. Or player. At all times. When it goes into this node. And if it fails, right? And it should go to this other sequence to actually do the patrol. Yeah. Let's see how that works. I may need to do the same thing for pursue. Okay, so I'm not getting anything there. Alright, so it's doing this thing. And it's patrolling. No, another thing I can do. I made that available last time, and I can kind of debug, show the state that it's in. I think it should still work. It's been a while since I tested it. Yeah, okay. So that we can see it a little bit better and see when it changes state. There we go. So it's a patrol. Doing patrol. Does its thing. And then once it actually sees me. Woo! Wait, hold on. I was hoping that this was gonna change it right away. Or maybe it doesn't update the patrol state on top. It's still moving. Okay, so it keeps going in that direction because patrol doesn't have anything. So that's why. So what we gotta do is that if we find somebody, we find a player, whatever, and it keeps going, just make sure the players, not the player, but the agent stops moving, it's to pursue. So now it should stop and be here. Only problem is that I didn't update the state for it. And I think the only way for that to work, instead of setting this to pursue, we change the state using this instead. Yeah, well, that's much easier. Let's go. We'll do that. We'll run it. And by doing this node instead, I should be able to change the little card on top. Just change to pursue. So once I get closer, hold on. I want to do it when it's moving. Now when it's setting. There we go, pursue. It stopped right away. Cool. Alright, so let's do some logic then. Let's do logic for pursue. So how I want pursue to happen is, well, one, I need to get closer to the player if I'm not within range, right? Or within attacking range, I should say. Let me see how this is going to be laid out in here. So if the player is not within range, I want the agent to get closer. So it has to be a selector, not a sequence. So let's change that. Or do I want it to be a sequence? Let's write it down. Let's start working on it, and we'll see if we need a selector or not. So let's delete this log here. We don't need it. I feel like I do kind of need it though. Let's just go with selector and we'll go from there. So we're in this selector. Make sure we're in pursue. And make sure we're in pursue. And if I am in a pursue, then we want to make sure we are within range. Actually, it's not a selector. It's supposed to be a sequence. My bad. Let's change that to a sequence. So the reason why I want to do this, because I want to be able to do this what we were doing before, that we were always checking for player. Come on, move on top, buddy. So always check that. If it can't see the target anymore, right? So if you can't see the target anymore, we'll stop the movement and we'll change it to like investigate. But we haven't done that just yet. So this is what I wanted to do. Otherwise, if this fails, it will go here. I want to check to see one. Yeah, of course, if we were in pursue. This question is, does this need to be here though? In the selector, would this be okay if it's in here? It's just a condition that evaluates a variable against a value and returns success or not. We'll find out. Alright, let's go into, because I would like to do this in here as well. Move it out here. And making sure that we're in that state. So we have a sequence here. We want to check to see if the player is within range. We have this in here. We can check to see the target, and we have a range between min and max. What does the min and max do for me? Oh, okay, so it has to be within greater than the minimum but less than the max. So within like a certain radius here. Okay. Alright. So let's say, let's actually update the pursue. Can't see target. So let's make it so that it is in 64. So that means it is in 4 tiles away radius. 4 tiles radius. And I would like to be a distance of, let's say 8. And let's go with 16. So the player has to be within this range to then do an attack or something. Alright, so what if I'm not in this range? How do I do the opposite of this? Oh, you know what? You can do this. If this succeeds, then we go to attack. If it doesn't succeed and it's not in here, we do another sequence on top of here. We'll do a sequence, and if it goes to this selection, then it means like, hey, you not within range, and we move towards the player. Alright, so move to target. Tolerance is 16. Let's make it smaller. Make it 4. And what's the difference between the tolerance on this and then the range and targeting here? Oh, I'm not using that tolerance anymore. Well, I am at here actually. Ah, I see. It's just to divide that. Ah, this is just for viewing range, which I'm not using. Okay, got it. So yeah, so I need to be here, and I'll have it so it moves to target. And here we'll attack the target. We'll change this and attack range. Move closer. And we'll just print out a value in here. Also print and say, hey, attack. Attack. We'll wait. Let's do a random weight in there. You know what, let's delete these. I don't want to handle investigate just yet. If I delete this, does it? Yes, it is. Okay, so I don't want to do investigate just yet. So once it goes into pursue, let's delete this. Oops. Let's go pursue. So let's go over it. So if it's a pursue, it will check to see I am in pursue, right? It will go to this node and see if it's in attacking range, and if it's not, it's just this sequence should fail, and it should go here to move closer. I'm just wondering if it checks for this one too, and see if it's in the attacking range. Let's find out, otherwise I can probably use this to see if I am in attacking range or not, to then go on to this stage here. So let's check it out. Let's put a comment or a console print here too. We'll say moving closer. I misspelled that. Moving closer, going here, and this one will say, hey, attacking. Alright, so let's run that. Alrighty. I could probably just check the Limbo AI for this guy right as well, since I'm here. So right now we're in patrolling state, and once it reaches here is where I want it to be. Ah, and also it doesn't work this way. That's kind of lame. But it will always be true because of that. Oh yeah, I guess so. That's kind of lame. I'm wondering if... Hold on, give me 1 second. Let's try this out. Since we're learning how Godot works, or this Limbo AI, what if I wrap this entire thing as a sequence? Let's do a sequence. Sujo, welcome to the stream, man. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Let's wrap this as a sequence. And let's put that in here. Move everything else in here. So that we can check for that. And the same thing down here. Attacking. Oops. I meant to put it in here. And move that closer. The checks for this, these are selectors, so if this fails, I'm wondering, would this work? Let's find out. Let's find out. And let's run it and see if it actually works. Alright, so let's go in debugger. Alright, I see some more stuff happening now. But it's failing. It failed on this one here. Do I need to wrap that as a selector in here? Because it failed and it completely broke the entire thing. And I'm not in pursue, so that doesn't work out. So do I need to put a selector here? That's crazy. I feel like I'm doing something wrong. Well, let's find out. Let's do that. Or maybe it is right how it should be. I wish I could see it more visually how Unreal does it. I love the way Unreal does it, and it's visually that way. It works perfectly. But as seeing it as a line by line is kind of weird. Alright, so it's moving, which is great. It's doing stuff. That worked I mean, I guess that should work. Alright, so let's get closer to it. Let's make this a little bit bigger. We can check all of this other stuff in here. There should be 4 tiles away, so it should be like around here. It's where it decides to say, hey. But it doesn't change patrols just yet. It had to finish its sequence and then it goes, which is so weird. I'm wondering if I need to change the sequence to be a different state. Alright, so we having some logs in here saying it's trying to move closer, but it's not moving closer to me. I'm getting this log here moving closer. But it's failing on doing this one here. I wonder why. So why is it failing on there? Let's look into this and see why is it failing. The only reason this will fail is if it's a target and I'm within range. What was the range for it? 32. I wonder if that thing's throwing it off. I may end up removing it. So within 32 range of this target, which is true, but this value here is false. Actually, you know what? It may not be false. I think it is returning. I think I'll just delete this. I don't think I need it. At least I don't think so. You know, I'll just comment it off for now. Oh, move to pause is fall. Wait, what happened here? Why is it? Oh, target. Got it. So it needs a target. So what we can do then is I guess to do something similar and just say, hey, if this is not valid, and return failure. That's it. Alright, let's try that out again. Alright, let's go and find them. I should be within. Alright, so pursue. Alright, so it's following me. Cool. It moves closer. It moves closer. It's still saying move closer though. So now I'm just wondering if I need to change these to be dynamic instead. I thought just putting it at the top would have fixed it. Let's find out. It's a learning experience right now. Wonder if this is gonna be an issue or not. But so we do that. We got a dynamic selector for the next thing. Then we have sequence. What this is doing here. Running attack. Changing that to that. We have another sequence. Where we're just printing, moving closer, and moving that there. So this is done. Two sequences, which is this here, and we have a selector. And that's it. So let's delete this pursue. Oh, whoops. Whoopsies. I didn't mean to have this in here. Maybe I don't need to delete everything. Wait, hold on. Give me a second. What did I do here? So diamond sequence. So I did this. I just need to, I guess, update this one here to be a dynamic sequence. Or selector. Is this a select? Yeah, this is a selector, my bad. Dynamic selector, and move this in here. So this is pursue now. I may need to change this to patrol. Alright, so let's put it outside. Let's put it as dynamic selector. We'll open it up as a sequence. So let's put that as a sequence in here. Open that up. We're checking this is here. Right? Now we have a selector. Change it to dynamic. And then we have individual sequences for those. Which we're checking for the player. You can see the target, and if it does, stop the movement, and we change the state to pursue. Right? Then we have another sequence. And this one has a probability of 75%. Sending a random position and move to that patrol position. Cool. So we can delete this patrol. Hold this on top if we can. Come on, now you can do it. There we go. And this can be the patrol. Why is this? Why is this crying? It does. Oh, it did it. Okay. Wait, what happened here? It should be outside, right? Yeah, my bad. There we go. So it has a probability of going in here, which this one should be a dynamic sequence. I don't even know if when should it not be a dynamic sequence. If I don't want it to be. Well, finding out. I took a little break, but I got my thing fixed now. Woo! Ended up just being a funky spawn. Oh, okay, sweet. Well, I'm glad you got that working. Glad that you got that working, Drown. Alright, so let's test this out. Let's see. How's my stuff going? I finished the patrol. It looks like it's in a good place. I'm working on Pursue right now. the issue is right now that I'm trying to fix is that if I change the state of the blackboard, it doesn't take effect until it finishes its current state. And I'm trying to make it so he switches right away. So that's my basic goal right now, to try to fix, but I may end up doing that in a different stream if it's not working. Alright, let's see. Is it moving? Okay, so it's waiting right now. It did a waiting again. Okay, so it's always waiting. Interesting. What if I get closer to it? Oh, it goes to pursue. Attack! Alright, so it's doing the attack part now. And the attack doesn't do anything anymore. So what happens if I move out? And it comes back to moving closer. Cool. So it tries to get closer. And once it gets close enough, it does attack. So getting that crazy attack sequence there. What I gotta do though, when it comes to attacking, is just make sure that it stops its position for the time being. Let's have it so it stops moving for right now until I get the attack sequence working and in a good place. So I'll have it so it stops moving. Let's look at the patrol real quick. We got a sequence where you're checking to see if it's patrol. We have a selector that goes through these sequences. And this first sequence checks to see if it gets the player target. See if it can see the target and within a certain range, which is 64. And if it does, it continues forward and stops the movement and changes to pursue. Which works because they ended up changing to pursue, right? But if we go back to this can't see target, if it doesn't find the target, or it can't see it, or if it's not within that range, this sequence will fail, and it should go to the next sequence, which does a probability of 75%, which does a dynamic sequence, stops the movement, and it goes here. And then it should go into here, which it doesn't though. Let's see. Trying to figure out why it doesn't patrol or do its patrol at all after a certain while. But so right now it's just stuck in there. I don't know why it does that. It might be because of the dynamic thing that I did, the dynamic selector. But right now it's just stuck. And after he succeeds, he just doesn't go into the next part. And if it does, it fails right away. I don't know why. Why would it fail right away? I mean, do I even want to check for target now? I don't think I do. Like, I want to avoid that now since I have a dynamic selector doing that for me now. Let's try removing that. So we're not checking for targeting here. We're ignoring this part. I may end up removing that code. Whew, I almost hit 2 hours already. Alright. I just want to see if it's working. It doesn't look like it. Time flies, guys, when you're working on fun stuff, you know? Only thing is, I don't understand why it doesn't go down here. I can see why this is failing, because it can't see the target. But this other part is a dynamic sequence, which does a 75%. And this succeeds. You should go to the next part here, but it doesn't do it. Any way that this logic returns false or failure. It doesn't look like it. I set that to false now, so it should be okay. Is the patrol pause? Oh, wait a minute. Let me select a random position first and then go to the patrol pause. I saw it move a little. It just changed directions, but it doesn't move. Hold on. Why is it not moving? Oh, it's just stuck in here. So if this is true, wait, hold on. I saw it go here and ran up. It changes way too fast. Control pause. 632. And should succeed afterwards. Success. But then when it comes in here, it doesn't know what to do. And why not? Control pause. If it's not set, it goes in here. Stops moving, moves to that position, and it sets it to true. If for whatever reason I'm not navigating, it tries to do it manually without doing the A star, and calls this. If move to pause in the distance of that is less than the tolerance, which is 4, which is not possible. But now tolerance is 4. Yeah, very weird why that does not work. I would have to look into that more. Well, let's check out the other stuff. Okay, so this one works just fine. It's so strange. I gotta figure out what exactly is fading in there. Cool, so it's attacking now. It should have attacked. And does this attacking logic, which I haven't implemented just yet. And if I move away, it'll try to keep moving to get closer to me. Cool. Another thing I can do, which is actually, if I am in pursue right now, can have it so that it changes speed. Or change it to sprint. So it's like walking fast, trying to get at me. I'll look into this after and see what's going on with the patrolling there. Woo! Look at how fast it's moving. Hey, it's super fast. Let's go. And it's done. Another thing we gotta do in here is that making sure it doesn't go too far away from spawning position. If it does, then return back. Bam, gone. Cool. Well, that's basically it for today, guys. It's 2 hours, which time flies. I wish I had more time, but do more stuff. But it is what it is, you know. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for joining on the stream and on me basically trying to understand a little bit more about behavior trees here in Godot. I like it a little bit more. I like it a lot better how Unreal does it, but just learning some stuff in here for the time being, and we're learning together. But cool. Well, thank you guys for being here, and for those that watch it later on when it gets uploaded, thank you guys for watching the video, and we'll continue working on this AI next time. Yeah, Unreal trees, the Unreal ones are way better. Definitely. I don't like how this does it because I can't see it visually that way, but it is what it is, you know. But yeah, anyways, thank you, Drown, for being here, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day, guys, or a great night.